Hello. Today what we're going to do is we're going to make some fresh homemade egg rolls. And to start that off, we're going to need one medium-sized head of cabbage and chopped up finely like you see. We're also going to need egg. And what I did was I took 3 eggs, put it in the frying pan like a pancake, flipped it over when it was firm, took it out, and I cut it into strips. I also took scallions and diced 2 long stalks of scallions up. And then I took pork. And I took pork and I did it as barbecue ribs. And by doing that, what I did was I cut it in little pieces. And I'll probably cut it a little more finer a little later on before we put the whole mix together. And then we're going to add a little specialty to it, which is I got some shrimp. We're going to make shrimp egg rolls. Roquefort pork with shrimp. So right now what I'm doing is I got 3 teaspoons of oil, vegetable oil. I'm going to get ready to put my cabbage in. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take julienne carrots. And I'm going to put probably about a half of this small bag in there. So I'll have the carrots and the cabbage mixing. I'm going to start that now and I'll be right back. So what I'm doing right now is, as you can see, I have the cabbage and the carrots cooking together. I'm cooking on medium heat until the cabbage is kind of like soft and floppy. So we're going to let that cook for a little while and then we'll come back. Thanks. Alright, so we're back. So what we're going to do, get some light on it. So now that I got the vegetables cooked, and they're pretty soft right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my roast pork, mix the roast pork in, stir that around a little bit. Then bean sprouts. Give me 1 second. So if you can find fresh bean sprouts, great. I got them in a can at your local grocer, so you can do that. I'll drain these. I'll pour my bean sprouts in. Again, mixing this all together. Now, what I want to do is I want to take my, I want to take a little bit of salt, and I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt, and then I'm going to put a teaspoon of sugar in my mix, and then I'm going to have 3 ounces of soy sauce. One ounce. 2 ounces. And 3 ounces of soy sauce. And I'm going to mix that up now. Don't want to add too much soy sauce because we already added some salt. So we don't want to get it too salty. Okay, then we're going to take our shrimp. We're going to put our shrimp in. And mix that together. Then we're going to take our scallions. And mix the scallions in. Again, mix it up real well, best as you can. Normally what I like to do is I like to use a wok. But for today, we're going to go the conventional way. And now the egg. Again, mixing it in, very good. Now, we're going to let this cook down for about 6 minutes. Once that's done, we'll take it off the heat, and then we'll take it to the next step. I'll be right back. All right, so it's been 6 minutes since I did all this, and this has all been, cooking real good. Let it get its juices flowing. So what I'm going to do now, it's a pretty good mix. It's all kind of settled down. Got nice and soft between the carrots and the cabbage and the pork in there and the shrimp and the scallions, the eggs, all that. We're going to lay it out on a what do you call it, a cookie sheet. Get that all spread out nice and evenly, as you can see. So all that's laid out here. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the fridge. I want it to cool down so it's easy to handle. Kind of settles, sucks up all those juices. So we're going to do that and give it about 30 minutes or so. All right. So now what we got is our egg roll wrappers. So we're going to put it facing you like a diamond. Alright, and that's what we're going to do is we're going to get some egg white. Alright, and we're going to brush the egg white along the top half and then down the side, one side. This way, when we fill the egg roll with the stuffing, it seals it up, it binds it up so it won't unroll. So we're going to do some now. Take it like this. Let's see, let's get a spoon here. We're going to fill up that egg roll. Now remember, don't fill up the egg roll too far because we still want it to close and seal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom corner, we're going to fold it over, okay? We're going to wrap one side in, the other side in, and we're going to roll it. Take your egg white, coat your egg roll, and there you have it, egg roll. Now we're going to do all the egg rolls, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cover them with saran wrap. This way they don't dry out. And what we're going to do with them later on is then we'll get our oil. You can do it in a wok or a deep fry, whatever you like. Put your oil, vegetable oil or peanut oil in the wok or the deep fry. Heat it to about 350, and when they're golden brown, usually you want to do about 3 or 4 at a time. When they're golden brown, they're done. Now, if you make too much, you can freeze them. Once you freeze them, you can either put them in the freezer before or after you cook them. If you cook them don't cook them all the way. If you're going to cook them and put them in the freezer, cook them about halfway, just until right before the golden brown, and then put them in your Ziploc bag, your freezer Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer. Or if you just want to keep them just like we did here, make some, put 3 or 4 away at a time in the freezer, and you'll be set to go. Well, hey, thanks for visiting. I'm Joe Albino with today's new recipe for egg rolls. See you later.